In this video, we're going to be making a DIY buggy that flies. Hey friends, welcome to Flite Test. We have a really cool project for you because Edgewater is now growing. If you guys haven't heard of Edgewater, this is kind of like our field of dreams. This is our place where not only we get to play, but also you guys too. Now we have a couple different flying areas on the park, but today we're adding a whole new chapter, which is surface. Our good friend Steve from Hobby Stop has been working hard over the past couple months, and you've probably seen in some of our previous videos a lot of rocks and dirt getting moved around in the background. But we're going to be opening up the grounds for our first event where people are going to be able to bring these things called rock crawlers out and explore all over the different obstacles and courses that Steve has set up. Now, one thing I really wanted to do was to build a buggy out of foam board and to make that buggy fly so I can join in the fun with the guys, but also we have something we can put in the air. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. So here's what I'm thinking. I really want this to be able to go over pretty much anything, so we need to have really big epic wheels. Along with that, I kind of want to have a cool buggy vibe, kind of like what we saw when we were kids watching the movie Toy Story. So I went ahead and did a couple drawings here. We're going to get this over on the computer. I'm going to go ahead and transfer that to a laser file, cut out some foam, and get building.
All right, so Josh is getting busy in there, planning out how he's gonna make a literal RC car fly. And I wanted to come out here and check out this. Look at this. This is an RC crawler course. Now, specifically for those of you guys who aren't familiar with RC crawlers, it's not the first time that they popped up on the Flite Test channel. You guys may remember our Cybertruck video we did not too long ago. Those are what's known as RC scale crawlers. Now, obviously they're RC cars. Hobbyists will buy these things specifically for their scale, looks, and performance. So we're going all out as we typically do here at Edgewater. And you know me, I'm excited, not only because it's awesome for the community, but also selfishly, you guys know that I love RC cars. We're no stranger to RC cars here at Flite Test. We love all aspects of the RC hobby. And in the past, you might remember the Cybertruck. Well, we've also done things like we've dropped some RC crawlers out of our cargo plane, out of our Sky van, which was a total blast. Beyond that, we've also, way back in the vlog days, we did a kind of nitro circus, kind of Red Bull stunt.
Oh yeah! Oh yes!
And beyond that, my good buddy Austin, who does a lot of the behind the scenes work here at Flite Test, him and I started a side project several years ago called Drive On. Now, if you guys are into RC cars, make sure you check it out. It's a YouTube channel where we kind of captured and shared our journey into the RC surface world, and we had a blast doing it. The channel is currently on hiatus, but we do plan on revisiting that and bringing the channel back to life here in the future. So definitely go out and check that out. Give us a subscribe. It would be much appreciated. But today what we're doing, and I could not be more excited, is Josh is in there working right now on bringing both of these awesome hobbies and literally and physically combining them into one. We're gonna have a flying RC car, which is gonna be cool. And it just, I know for a fact it's gonna look like a cartoon in true Josh Bixler fashion. So let's head on back in and see how it's coming.
So what I'm basically working on designing is kind of in the spirit of what we call a nutball. A nutball is basically a big flying saucer. The only difference is where the round parts of the nutball are on the wingtips, these are gonna be wheels. So instead of having all that extra lift, I'm gonna have to make an airfoil in the center. Along with that, I want lots of thrust going that I can control through differential thrust. So I'm gonna be dropping 2 motors on the top that'll hopefully give me lots of airflow, but also lots of control in the yaw. Now this design's gonna have some big monstrous foam wheels here, and I'm not too sure on how these are gonna react, because anytime you kind of put a circle into the wind, weird things tend to happen. So my goal is here, by adjusting the thrust angle up and down and also giving ourselves a nice big elevator, that we'll be able to kind of counteract this and guide this through the air well. I'm basically gonna build this to try to make it look as cool as possible, as much like a buggy, and then we're gonna take it out and put it up in the air to see where our center of gravity is and what kind of flight characteristics are good and also what kind of flight characteristics are bad.
All right, before we get any further in this build, I wanted to take this time to tell you about our sponsor for this video, and that is KiwiCo. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with KiwiCo is an awesome company that sends monthly subscription boxes that are all themed around STEAM, or science, technology, engineering, art, and math. Now, the cool thing about them is they have different boxes for all different age groups. So it doesn't matter what age your kids are, or if you're a kid yourself, they're gonna have something for you. Now, specifically, Stefan and I, we built the air hockey, I believe it was a Kiwi crate, and we had an absolute blast. Now, technically, this was designed for 5+-year-olds, but Stefan and I were like way older than that, and we still had a ton of fun. And I'm gonna bring it home and play with my 5-year-old daughter, and she, I know for a fact, is gonna love playing some DIY air hockey. So again, we had the Kiwi crate, but they actually offer 8 different subscription lines, each catering to different age groups. So there's gonna be something for everyone, which is pretty awesome. Beyond that, it is back to school time, as a lot of you guys know, and it's a perfect time to get some hands-on DIY learning activities. The school year is looking a lot different specifically this year, and KiwiCo projects are great hands-on activities to balance the overload of screen time from virtual classes and video chats. So basically, in other words, you're gonna get your kids engaged, working with their hands and having fun and learning all at the same time. Now, like I said earlier, this time Stefan and I did the air hockey, but my daughter and I, we've done a couple KiwiCo crates over the years, and we always have a blast, and she ends up having way more fun than I'd ever expect learning, which is pretty awesome. So here's the best part about all of this is you guys can actually try KiwiCo crates for your first box for free, and that's a value of $19.95 if you use our link, and that is kiwico.com/flighttest. Again, you can get your first KiwiCo box for free, $19.95 value if you go to kiwico.com/flighttest. So thanks again to KiwiCo for sponsoring this video, and thank you guys for watching. It wouldn't be possible without you guys, and let's go check out and see how this build is going.
So we're gonna take this out for a test flight here. I'm not sure how the handling is gonna work, but I gotta find out if it flies, because we can't just drive it and we can't just fly it, we gotta do both. So we're gonna go ahead and establish where the CG is and just see how the plane feels, and then I'll be able to kind of address everything from that point on. So, which way is the wing going? I think the maneuverability is pretty good. That part actually works really good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So we had some really mixed success here with our test flights and test drives. The good thing is it actually drove amazing. We were able to control this all around, and using that Aura board on top of it, we had the stabilization we needed to be able to have it track straight and just drive like a dream. The downside is we had a lot of mixed results here. We had a lot of center of gravity issues. Basically, when we did get the airplane in the air, we kind of had to jump it into the air, and when it did get in the air, there was a lot of sporadic behavior such as pitchiness, basically just lack of control where there's no controls working, we're just along for the ride. So we had a lot of fun driving it around and trying to get it to fly, but we just weren't getting success. So we decided to end up removing the wheels here to see if the wheels were causing any issues, and that really helped us tremendously in figuring out how this airplane flies differently. The wheels were definitely having a bad effect on the airplane, but this is a flying car. We need to have wheels here. So we started to have success when we moved the center of gravity way farther forward than we ever anticipated, kind of making it fly more like a plank style airplane rather than a flying wing. For that reason, we had to have a ton of weight in the front, and we were able to get it in the ground, but by the time we got it in the air and actually had some success flying it, it was just simply too heavy to fly. So I had to put bigger motors on, and we still had that problem with center of gravity and thrust angle. So we've been really busy trying tons of different things, trying to get this plane to not only drive good, but also fly good. And I think I came up with an idea. We had to move the center of gravity so far forward to make this plane fly well, we decided to go ahead and move where the center of gravity is gonna be. And the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna treat this less and less like what I call a plank airplane, where the center of gravity is within the first 10% of the wing chord, to something more like what we call a flying wing or a blunt nose wing. Nice thing with the blunt nose wing is when we add swept back wings, it moves the center of pressure back further. It's also gonna help us with some of the lift to carry that extra weight that we're gonna need. Along with the wings, I'm also gonna be moving the motors forward and angling them up just a little bit more, so they not only help us with thrust, but also with balance and lift. As you guys can see, we have been testing this buggy a lot. I think we know everything we need to know to make a final version and take it out for its final flight.
All right, so Josh is in there. He is wrapping up the final touches on the design of this flying RC contraption. I don't even know what to call this thing. Leave us a comment down below if you have an idea for that. And he is also putting some sweet graphics on it. Now, if you guys are building planes out of foam board like we do, and you haven't taken the time to really take it to the next level with some simple decorating or some graphics, I would highly recommend doing so. What Josh is using right now is some basic vinyl, and we do have a vinyl cutter, but you can use vinyl and cut it out by hand. There's also things like different colored packing tape. Just putting a little bit of effort into the visual aesthetic of your plane can really make it feel a lot more substantial when you're looking at it and when you're flying it through the air, and just make the experience a lot better. So if you haven't tried that, make sure you do so. So it looks like Josh is coming out right now. He's got the plane. It looks awesome. So we're gonna do some flying. Before we head out here though, I wanted to ask you guys to make sure you subscribe. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you do so. It helps us out a ton. I got a chase quad to get ready. Let's do it. We got some flying to do.
We haven't even named it yet and we're done with this, but we were ready to fly it or drive it, or hopefully both here. And maybe you guys can help us with the name. I think it ended up looking like, you remember the snail from Turbo? I think you said that too, Alex, didn't you?
Yeah.
It looks like the snail from Turbo.
Turbo snail, yes, that's exactly it, dude.
We're gonna drive it around. We did a lot of changes. We had a lot of like kind of minor successes, but we took everything we learned. Hopefully this version will fly, because we're around a bunch of rocks, around the rock crawling course. There's just not many places to land it, and if it's gonna hit something, it's gonna destroy it. So
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
I think we're gonna start by driving it around, see how it handles, and then we'll put it in the air and see what it can do. I'll do my best. I have no clue how this thing's gonna fly. Let's drive it around first. What do you say?
let's take a look for a test drive, eh?
Make sure it even turns. You
Turbo, test drive, snail, take one.
ready? I like that, Turbo.
That's it.
Come after me! Oh, it tracks so good!
That looks awesome.
Man. Ooh, that turns nicely.
Oh, it tracks fantastic.
I like how it takes the water, all the dew, and just spins it up.
Now I got the Aura for it with differential stabilization.
Okay.
I think it's helping me a lot. All right,
for
Alex, I feel pretty good. I'm ready to try to take off.
I love the way it sounds. It sounds like a skateboard.
Are you ready?
Are you ready? Here it goes. Get in the air! Yes! Whoa! She's got some wonkiness.
She's a little wonky.
What's she doing? Whoa! Oh my God.
All right, I think I got her under control here.
Okay.
All right, so she drives better than she flies, but we kind of figured that was going to be the case, right?
That's crazy, dude.
Look at this. How cool is that?
Oh
It
my
looks
God.
hilarious.
Oh man! She tips real fast. Oh! You're coming
look
through.
at that.
Yeah, get it! Watch out for the lines!
Oh, bridge!
We have all kinds of obstacles here, Josh. There's wires right
man.
above it too. I'm like seeing all these things freaking out.
Oh my gosh. You know, she does good. I think I just need to do a little bit of tune on the differential stabilization.
Yes.
I want to do a flyby here.
Oh yeah, get that fly. Oh, it's got Flite Test on the bottom. Look at how slow that thing goes,
My
dude.
dreams are done!
That is awesome.
All right, let's see how she lives.
Whee!
Oh, yes!
Yes,
All right.
dude.
Am I going away from me? Yeah.
Yeah,
Here's how
the
I choose to
sun's
do that
crazy.
right in the sun right now.
Yeah, right.
Right over the trees.
Yes.
Oh, dot the river.
Oh, easy.
I think-
Easy does it. Yeah! Yeah, baby. Let's go.
I'm gonna make a quick tune, and then we got a ramp here. So this cool thing about this rock crawling course is hidden between two trees.
Yes.
There is a ramp because you can't come to Edgewater Air Park without jumping something over the creek. So a lot of planes have died, and now I think a lot of cars are gonna die here.
Well, what is this? This is a plane car. It's
This is a plane car.
gonna be the first plane car to die.
Yeah, there you go. And what we're gonna do now is I think we need to take that off the ramp and see if we can jump the river with it onto the other
Ooh.
side.
Ooh, I
now
like
I'm cheating
that.
because I got wings, but you know,
Hey,
who cares?
it's
All
Flite
right,
Test.
let's do it.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
Let's make it happen.
This may be the end of it. We'll find out if it floats, if
hope
not.
His line's gonna be coming straight down this way. Flippity floppity flooping it all the way across, up this thing, boom, ramped it, float over to there. I have a lot of confidence in Josh Bixler, but this is pretty sketch. I'll be honest with you. This has got some sketchiness to it. But hey, this is Flite Test. We gotta do what we gotta do, right? So we're gonna try to jump this thing. All right, Josh.
Yeah, I should have probably taken it for a couple more flights before we do this, but all right, it's a bridge. Last time, so the prototype I tried to do this, it didn't end very well, and we ended up putting it in the river.
Ooh.
And we'll see if that's gonna happen.
So how confident right now are you about this scenario?
Well, if I don't hit the rocks on each side, I feel pretty good about it. I think it's gonna be about control. My goal is gonna be to take off, do a loop, and then come down and land
boom.
on all four mains.
Wow.
Okay? If not,
adding a loop
I
into
know.
it already.
Well,
Not
I
even
mean-
just floated across. Wow, this
We'll
is getting
see, we'll see.
intense. I am ready. If you, Alex, are you ready?
I'm ready, yeah. I'm gonna buzz right over our head, so just be ready.
All
Okay.
right, 3, 2, 1, here we go.
Here we go. Come on, track it straight. Let's go. Yeah.
Crazy, dude, first try.
Oh, I don't know if it was a loop, but it was kind of cool.
It was like a sidewinder loop of craziness,
I
dude.
just want to fly now.
Dude, that's... He did it. He did it. It was awesome. It was hilarious all at the same time.
Yeah, take it up to altitude, Josh. It just looks ridiculous. The higher in the sky it is, the more ridiculous it looks. It looks like a roller skate or something flying through the sky.
It has aerodynamics of it. I love how you can just kind of hold it up in high alpha.
Yeah,
sorry,
it definitely looks the coolest in high alpha.
High alpha is where you stop using the wings basically and you start using the motors. And that's exactly what we're doing kind of right here. We're pushing it past the point where it's using the wings and we're kind of using relative lift and the control surfaces to guide it. And it makes sense because there's not much aerodynamic about this. We tried to get it as gentle as possible and it does fly.
Just doesn't fly
It doesn't
overly
fly
well.
good. But that wasn't the point. The point was to have something that lands and crawls. And who knows, maybe I can throw the files out and then people can work on it. Because it's within 20%.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man, that's awesome. Does she fly inverted?
No,
I figured
she
as
barely
much.
flies. You know what I do think though? I do think that this is definitely not the final version, but I think people could perfect this.
Oh yeah, for
All
sure.
right, ready for another flat spin, Alex?
Yeah.
Flat spin of doom.
That's
That looks cool. Looks like one of those little helicopter things that falls off the tree.
Whoa, that was crazy. That was super
You
high.
coming in?
Maybe.
Or just messing around, the little flyby? Oh, jeez!
Yes.
Oh, man! Oh, look at it go!
Rock crawling.
Rock crawl the course!
Yes!
Yeah!
You don't need to crawl anything, you just fly right over it.
Yes!
I can't believe you fell on me.
Let's go, dude!
Awesome.
That's amazing!
All right, so friends, do us a big favor here. Come on out to Edgewater. If you like rock crawling, if you like flying, come out here and visit us here. We're gonna be running this through all the way through fall, and we wanna see you and we wanna see your families out here too. Also, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I think I'm gonna throw the free files up for you guys. You guys can download them. Not gonna be a build video, not gonna be a speedboat kit, but there's something here that I think you guys can take to the next level and make fly. And if you like janky and weird flying stuff, it's already there.
It's perfect.
It's awesome.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, as always, please don't forget to subscribe, hit that like bell. It does us a big favor. We'll see you next time.
See you guys.